Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here, coming at you today with some Super Sentai news. We have our first look at our upcoming Silver King-Ohger, our Silver Q-Ranger. I hope future me puts up a picture of the Silver Q-Ranger just for the sake of the vid. But our Silver King-Ohger, Ohsama Ranger, or Ookuwagata Ranger, or whatever. No, I think Ookuwagata Ranger's red. Regardless, he's silver. And this is our special additional adversary ranger. You know, of course, when something like this comes out, it activates the needlessly stupid debate of who's the sixth ranger, who's the secondary rider, and it doesn't matter. But he's not meant to be our sixth ranger. I like how I say, it doesn't matter, and then I clarify it. But what I mean is you guys know the time of year that the sixth ranger stuff comes out. It's supposed to be a white spider ranger, and it's way too early for that time of year yet. I think it's like closer to summertime we usually get that. So this is just kind of a special additional ranger. But if somebody out there wants to think of this as the sixth ranger, and you want to think of the white spider as 7, that does not ruin anyone's enjoyment of this. I always find this debate to be really stupid. But regardless, it's obviously probably going to be Rackley's because it's a silver repaint of red, and you know how those characters are tied together. And you know, it's very simple. It's not like anything extra about it. We kind of got that leak with the little plushie, so we knew what it was going to look like. It doesn't have anything. I mean, there might be little details, but nothing that like jumps out at you that's like, oh, this is a different aspect to it. It's clearly just, you know, a repaint. It's not at all something I could have closed my eyes and just pictured. We didn't even need these pictures. No, I'm just kidding. I think it looks cool for what it is. As annoyed as I am with how much gold and silver have overstayed their welcome. And to be fair, this is not the sixth ranger. Again, I don't care about the categorizing, but you know what I mean. If Sentai took 5 to 10 years off of Gold and Sixth, and Gold and Silver Sixth rather, as well as team-ups, I think that would be better for humanity. But, setting that aside, I think this is going to look good. You know, the thing that's about the Q-Ranger suits, why do I keep thinking it's Q-Ranger? I think it's because people just won't shut up about Q-Ranger because of Dino Fury that I just... Anyway, the thing about these Q-Ranger... The thing about the King-Ohger suits is... you know, when I first saw them, I was like, yes, 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 queen! That picture, it looked so good, so Hollywood, and like professional. It looked like it was a poster for a movie. And then some of the scans were a little bit unflattering to where it looked like they were wearing the Commonwealth armor from The Walking Dead. And then the show happened, and they look so good in the show, especially the way they're shot with the cinematic flips, and like they look good. They literally shine. And so I think if this, you know, the silver looks just right in the show, this is going to look really good cinematically. So I'm actually pretty excited for this. Not to mention I'm enjoying the show, and assuming that it is Rackley's. I don't know if there's information in the article that's saying it's him. Maybe there's a picture I missed with it where he's just in the picture, because I was just focusing on the Ranger like a child. But I also can't read Japanese. But, you know, presuming it's him, I mean, it makes sense. Like, even if we didn't know this was happening, I'd probably be wondering, like, is this dude going to get a Ranger form to fight at some point? Because it would just make sense. So I'm excited for it both for the superficial, like seeing the suit, you know, be all shiny and stuff, and also getting to see the character dynamics, which I think is interesting. And I'm actually really excited to eventually see our White Ranger, because it's nice to not have a gold or silver sixth, and the idea, White Ranger's my favorite suits, and the idea of it being a spider could be a cool Spider-Man-esque Ranger, and I think that sounds awesome. It's the first time I've been super pre-stoked for a sixth Ranger because I know what it's going to be, or you know that it's not going to be gold and silver rather. And this is a series where I wouldn't mind even seeing one more Ranger or something like that, just because I like the design so much. And I was actually even thinking with this Silver Ranger, it'd be kind of cool if he got a power up. I feel like there's a very good chance that Red in this series will get a power up. Who knows? Maybe we'll be surprised and they'll all get a power up. But you know, we're almost guaranteed to have Red get a power up. But I was thinking it would be cool for Silver to get a power up that's something almost akin to something like Kamen Rider Genom. I know that's Kamen Rider, but this is such a basic repaint of Red. I was thinking it would be cool for Silver to get his own power up that was sort of like what Genom did, where Genom was like just a basic repaint of X-Aid. Cool looking one. I'm a sucker for those types of things. But it's just a basic repaint, and then he got his own upgrade form that was his own thing. Hated the character, but the suit was awesome. Dangerous Zombie is a great suit. But anyway, it also looks like he's going to have his own golden version of the sword. You know, kind of like Murasame had his own changer. It wasn't a variant of the blaster for Don Brothers, but it was his own variant of it. Obviously to probably activate those premium Bandai sales. Unless I'm misremembering this totally, and this is just the ramblings of a lunatic, but it looked like there was a gold version of his changer, which looks pretty cool. You know, this changer for the series has grown on me more and more, especially with the functionality, and I really like the look of this one. I think it's a cool repaint. You know, it'll probably be premium Bandai. I'm not sure whether I'm going to pick it up or not, though. I guess it depends on the sounds and how much I like the character. Like, I really liked Murasame's sword, and I liked the sounds better than the Don Brothers one, but I never pulled the trigger on it, so to speak. Although I guess there's no trigger because it's a sword. Although I guess you have a button on it. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean. You know, they might do a Memorial Edition. I'm still back and forth on whether I would get that. Like, I like the sword, but I don't know if I need an audio drama in my sword, you know? With same thing with this, like I'm pretty sure eventually they'll do a Memorial Edition regular King-Ohger one and then possibly this one, but it's too early to tell whether I would get those or not, just because, like, it depends on how much I like the show, because I like the design, but not enough to pick it up for the design solely. Kind of like with this gold one too. Like with Ryusoulger, I was very middle of the road on that series, but I loved the swords so much design-wise that I knew I wanted them for my collection, even before we got Dino Fury. But like with this, even though the swords are growing on me, heyo, I don't like their designs enough to pick up the complete selection Memorial Editions solely based off their designs. But if I wind up liking the show as much as I'm liking it currently, especially if this gold one does something really cool, I'll probably pick it up. But yeah, that's kind of neat. I like that. It adds a little bit of extra to it. I'll be cool. I'll be cool. I'll be cool, guys. Don't worry about it. I'll be interested to see what the lore is behind it, like him getting a new one made or something like that. I don't know. There was also some other news as well of some of the new mecha reveals. I was almost going to make a video for this and I couldn't decide, and then the silver stuff came out, so I'm like, why not? So we got our other members of our little like god mecha trio. You know, obviously we already know our friend Kabuto. He just introduced himself, Beetle Blast and all that, so we don't need to know more about him. But they already teased this in the show and the toy pictures came out. But with these scans, we get a look at it in show. We got Grasshopper and we got Scorpion, and I like both of them. They got a lot of personality. They look really good. I was just saying, I just recorded my review for episode 4 recently, and I was talking about how I've really been growing on Kabuto. That sounded weird. Kabuto's been growing on me. I mean, that sounds weird too now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm liking Kabuto more and more. It's a simple design. I'm a sucker for a black gold color scheme, but I like these guys even more. Like, they do have a little bit more personality, a little more uniqueness, whereas like Kabuto immediately reminds me of a couple other things we've done. Also reminds me, of course, of Beetleborgs. But these have a lot of personality. And I really like the way they work with the mecha too, especially Grasshopper. I believe it's Grasshopper that has the cool kind of winged chest piece. And like I just said, I'm also a sucker for a black gold color scheme. And so like that adds this kind of black gold armor to it. Plus, I like that you can use all three at once, kind of giving it this super upgrade mecha vibe and, you know, mecha vibe. Classic Cisco. Anyway, gives it this, you know, cool upgrade vibe to it. And I like that also just for collection storage and display purposes, you can kind of have most of your collection on there. You know, I hope we can kind of continue that. Obviously, like, I don't think the pictures show you being able to put the roly-poly and such on there, but I'm sure you can force it, you know. The roly-poly mecha doesn't work unless you force it to. That's what I learned while my mecha were lying in the gutter. This reference fell apart. I like what I'm seeing. I really like what I'm seeing. I'm liking the mecha. I like the way these work. I'm looking forward to picking these up. I'm stoked for Silver. You know, I'm enjoying the show still. It's still holding my attention. I haven't quit yet. We'll see if I quit. I don't know. But I'm enjoying it enough so far, and I'm liking the designs we're seeing. What are you guys thinking? Are you stoked for our Silver Ranger? Are you looking forward to these new mecha? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.